Well, I'm going to do an update on the Galaxie, even though the first video we uploaded, what was it, 2 days ago? Which, thanks for all the views on that. That was pretty impressive for us. Yeah. Nothing's really changed, but quite a bit has changed, like that tire going flat. I didn't show any of it, but we had a full brake system in this trunk of this car that came with it, except for the soft lines up front, so I may have to get those. But this wheel cylinder was leaking really bad. I mean, really bad, and I couldn't stand to see it leaking anymore, so first time ever, I went through there and replaced the wheel cylinder, and since it's a hub, the bearings are in it, so I repacked a bearing, checked the wheel bearings, so then they're self-adjusting, so that was kind of a trick to get that all back together, but we'll have to keep an eye on that before I make any big trips. I'll probably check that out just because of my paranoia, but that's kind of pale in comparison to under the hood, everything that's happened under the hood. As you can see, valve cover's off. And not for a good reason either. We went to go and start this thing it was about 3 hours after I made that first video of it. Parked it up by the shop. I was actually going to go drive it. I was excited to drive it. And started it, and it just started tapping. It wasn't knocking tapping. I thought it was knocking, but it was really loud tapping. And I was like, I shouldn't run it. So we drove it into the shed, parked it. Then I was really thinking about yesterday, I was really thinking about just running it and seeing if it would go away. It's a good thing we didn't, because it wouldn't have gone away, but we have 2 stuck intake valves. They're stuck, but they're moving, so they're not completely stuck, but they're really stiff. This intake valve right here, and this one you can see isn't sprung back yet, but it's moving slowly. This one moves pretty good, really. We haven't got them to spring back, but that radiator's supposed to be that loose, I guess. But we're working on those, trying to loosen them up, and both of those valves each had a bent push rod. So they're not quite straight yet, but are a lot better. I need to put them in the vise and straighten them. This is for the first valve we took off, so that would be the front one, or no, rear one. This was for the second one. This one has some marks on it right here. So I imagine, it's not focusing, but I imagine it got bound up, so there are those. But to keep it from all doom and gloom, well, correction, we need to take this side valve cover off too and see how bad it is. But what the next step is, once we get the valves freed up, we're going to unhook this fuel line going to the carb. Then we're just going to be probably gravity feeding good gas into it and pumping all that bad stuff out, because those valves, these FE motors, have lead seats and varnished ethanol gas, specifically ethanol. I'm sure it'll happen with regular gas, but ethanol especially. It will make these valves stick. Since the lead is soft. Yeah. So that's what happened there. It's a good thing we quit running it. I probably put 2 miles on it and it had done this, so it was ready to go, or it needed to be done. But just another thing at how clean this car is. Look at this inner wheel well in here. Granted, there's acres of room in there, but look how clean this fender is. And there's a new master cylinder in it, in the trunk, but I don't know if I'm going to put that in or not, because I think that one's still good. I think it just had a big enough, this wheel cylinder leaks bad enough that it was just not going to seal. But one thing I want to do for this video is show the exterior lighting, because figured out the lights and it's all on the high beam switch, so I'll probably have to rip the carpet up for that. But I want you guys to see, this thing's pretty cool. It's missing some dash lights, but those are all minor details. So I'll shut lights off. You're gonna have to tough it out. No lights, Charles. Kind of got a bad glare. I guess we'll shut this light off. Oh, it's dark now. Dome light isn't working, but we'll look past that. Almost here. Yeah. I don't know if it'll focus or not. The radio light is not working. The radio is to the right of the speedometer. Transmission selector, wiper wash, and lights. The dimming does work. Maybe our dome light's out. But yeah. Oh, that's cool. It's got a light in it. Right, it illuminates the key. That's kind of cool. But here's the ashtray light. I guess we'll go to the exterior now. We got a tail light out. This tail light's out. Right up next to the shed door, so maybe we'll just open this one. See it. It is pretty cool. I mean, it's not like the 63s and 4s with the jet style lights, but can't complain. Then the turn signal, parking lights, and since this is a what year did they start doing that? I can't remember. Since it's a some other year, maybe 70 something, the parking lights shut off when your headlights are on. Yeah. So that's about it. Kind of a short video. Kind of all over the place. We'll have to get better pictures of it when it's running. Hopefully it'll get to the point of where it's running again, but just gotta keep going from there. And since I have all these parts in the trunk, I think I'm probably just gonna go through a lot of the brakes. May as well. They're only drums, so you pretty much need all of the braking you can get at all times. I replaced the pads on this wheel because these ones were really oil soaked. So I replaced them with the new pads, but on the other tires that don't have leaking wheel cylinders, I don't know if I'll replace them because I'm sure they're probably pretty good still. So, yeah. Maybe just replace the wheel cylinders. But, yeah. How many times have I said yeah in this video? Anyway, that was kind of disappointing, but had to do it, so had to rip into the motor, and it's a good thing we did. So, yeah. Oh, there's another time. Anyway. I think I'll probably call it on here. Don't really have much else to say. I haven't even... This week's supposed to be really cold. It was 24 today, and we thought and that was warm for what we thought it was going to be. So We actually did get quite a bit done. I worked on this wheel for way too long. Snowed. Yeah. I'm hoping that the snow isn't too deep. Once we get this thing running again, I can get some good pictures of it in the snow, but who knows if that'll happen. Anyway, make it short and sweet. So thanks for watching. I don't know when this video will get uploaded. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks after. I don't know what we'll upload first, the case or this. So yeah, thanks for watching.